I request Sri Uday Kumar, Reader-in-Law, to honor Dr. Ishwar Bhatt. I request Sri Sainath, HOD of Political Science Department of the college, to honor Mr. Dakshinamurthy. I request my colleague, Mr. Naresh, to honor Dr. B.K. Ravindra, Principal of SDM Law College. Before concluding the honoring ceremony, I would like to bring into the kind attention of this esteemed gathering that the President of our institution, Dr. D. Virendra Hegde, has recently celebrated his 60th birthday, and we, the employees of SDM Law College, wish and pray Lord Manjunatheshwara to bless him with a long life, happiness, and never-ending inspiration and enthusiasm to work for the cause of humanity. As a part of this memorable event, on this occasion, I request Dr. B.K. Ravindra to felicitate Dr. Hegde on behalf of all. Thank you, sir. The aim of this conference is to bring light into the life of those people who have been denied of the very rights of living as a dignified human beings. The aspiration to secure this minimum of rights may lead for inspiration in the long run. We'll be reaching the venue very shortly. So before inauguration,
Mr. Vidyadhar Hatti, Principal District and Sessions Judge, Mangalore, Mr. B.K. Ravindra, Principal of this college. It is both a pleasure and privilege for Kilpar to be organizing this seminar on human rights at Mangalore today and tomorrow. Sometimes I feel we are trying to reach a tree standing on the very tree itself. Probably day in and day out, there are human rights workshops going on under the auspices of Dr. Virendra Hegde here. I have visited places, the institutions, the temples, under the trust of Dharmasthala Sri Kshetra. And one thing I have exclusively observed is that the people here really enjoy their dignity and the dignity of labor. And that is what the governments throughout the world have been ever trying to find in the society itself. But here a miracle is going on. So under such a tremendous personality, we are going to experiment on human rights, we are going to deliberate on human rights. And it is equally a coincidence that Mr. H.K. Patil is going to be with us to deliver the keynote address in this seminar. Mr. H.K. Patil, during his term as Minister of Law in the government of Karnataka, he had been instrumental in setting up the first state human rights court here in Karnataka and to bring into effect the Human Rights Act in Karnataka by framing the requisite rules and providing the infrastructure. So that way, I feel this is indeed a privilege for us. And quite in a casual chat with Justice N.K. Patil yesterday, I came to realize that he is a human rightist by birth. He has got concern for humanity. And during his childhood days, he has grown one with society, and to him, to inform of human rights is again carrying coals to Newcastle. And Dr. Ishwar Bhatt too. I have been acquainted to him in several of my endeavors in Kilpar. And he has been, in fact, when Mr. H.K. Patil was the law minister, some experiments went on to ensure the basic rights to human beings as a matter of right. And some special legislations were drafted and circulated. And in the drafting of those legislations, Dr. Ishwar Bhatt has played a very crucial role. So we are here from Kilpar, probably in a very, very auspicious moment and a very, very exclusive situation here. With these few words, I will make way for the program to go ahead. Thank you all.
Now, protection of and promotion of human rights in the recent years has become more compelling necessity and the legal obligation of all the stakeholders involved in, especially the role of political system occupies a center stage as it is the wielder of public trust, authority and more so responsibility. Hence, it is really coincidence on our part to listen to a rare kind of politician, Honorable H.K. Patil, the leader of opposition in council, Karnataka legislature. May I request Honorable H.K. Patil to deliver the keynote address. Okay. Before keynote address, we shall be moving to the inauguration. I request Honorable Justice N.K. Patil to inaugurate this conference. Now, before the
Karnataka Institute for Law and Parliamentary Reforms, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ SDM ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಹಾಗೂ Center for Postgraduate Studies ಇವೆಲ್ಲವುಗಳು ಸಂಯುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆಯನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಮಾನವತಾವಾದಿ, ಭಗವಂತನ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನು ಕಾಣುವ ಕಾಯಕ ಯೋಗಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ವೀರೇಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರೇ, ಮಾನ್ಯ ನ್ಯಾಯಮೂರ್ತಿ ಎನ್ ಕೆ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರವರೇ, ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಧರ್ ಹತ್ತಿಯವರೇ, ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಸದ್ಯದ ಕುಲಪತಿಗಳಾದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪಿ ಈಶ್ವರ್ ಭಟ್ರವರೇ, ಈ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷ ಅನಿಸಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೋ ಮುಂಜಾನೆಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. ವಿಮಾನ ಬಂದು 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ತಲುಪಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 9:15ಗೆ ಬರ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಹಿರಿಯರಾದ ವೀರೇಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರನ್ನು, ಎನ್ ಕೆ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರನ್ನು, ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ದಾರಿ ಕಾಯುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ವಿಷಾದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಏನರು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣ. ನಮಗೆ ವಿಮಾನ ಯಾಕೆ ತಡ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರೂ ಇದ್ದವರು ಅಥವಾ ಪೈಲಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ರೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಅವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ forced to be late. I hope you all will understand my position. ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಮೂರ್ತಿಯವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದೆ. ಹಲವಾರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬಂದವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಿರ್ಣಯಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಚಾರಗೋಷ್ಠಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳುವಂತೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಮಾಡಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಅವರನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಕಿಲ್ಪಾರ್ದ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾದ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಮೂರ್ತಿಯವರಿಗೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಾರ ಸಂಕಿರಣ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವದ್ದು. ಕಾರಣ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಹತ್ವದ ವಿಷಯ ಇದಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದಾದರೆ, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ವೀರೇಂದ್ರ ಹೆಗ್ಡೆ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರ ಇರುವಿಕೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಬರುವ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಅವ್ರ ಕೈಗೆತ್ತಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವರು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, we have amidst us Dr. Virendra Hegde, a great humanist, a Dharmadhikari of Sri Kshetra Dharmasthal. We have Honorable Justice N. K. Patil, Judge of High Court, who is man from a rural area, man who has seen rural poverty, people's problems very closely. We have Mr. Vidyadhar Hatti, District Judge, Mangalore. We have with us Dr. P. Ishwar Bhatt, Acting Vice Chancellor of Mangalore University. In fact, his presence is also of a great happiness for me because it is Mr. Ishwar Bhatt who is one responsible to contribute idea of establishing Kilpar as well to crystallize the policy of the Law Department of Karnataka State in year 2005 and 6. Dr. Ravindra, Mr. Dakshinamurthy, learned resource persons, delegates of the conference, distinguished invitees, friends from media, brothers and sisters. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the keynote address in this most important national conference on human rights in the era of globalization. I compliment the organizers for choosing this very important subject for the national conference in view of the flagrant violation of human rights across the globe in the emergent scenario of globalization. Human rights is an area that needs greater attention in contemporary times in the wake of gross violation of these basic rights of human beings, without which their life becomes miserable and intolerable. Violation of human rights is taking alarming proportions in the recent past due to the activities such as organized crimes, terrorism, developments in the field of information and technology and biotechnology. Violation of human rights become worst confounded due to the callous attitude and corrupt practices of those who are in governance. Ever since the inception of human civilization, there has been a continuous dichotomy between the power vested in the rulers and the freedom of the common man. History is repleted with examples of abuse of concentrated powers vested with the rulers, resulting in the violation of basic human rights of the people. Several of such societies have witnessed revolutions, leading to the establishment of systems in which everyone can live with human dignity. This process is supported by the milestones in the legal history, such as Magna Carta, the French Declaration of Rights, American Bill of Rights, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and subsequent covenants and constitutions of various civilized nations, including our own. The quest for establishment of civilized states wherein every human being is provided with basic rights which are absolutely essential for leading a dignified human life in the right earnest under the aegis of the United Nations when it adopted Universal Declaration of Human Rights, reaffirming its faith in fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, and in the equal rights of men and women. The Declaration and the subsequent covenants on human rights became the ethical barometers to measure the level of protection and promotion of human rights in the civilized world. The process is disturbed to a very considerable extent by the recent developments of liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Though there is a vast economic development by this process of liberalization and globalization, the divide between haves and have-nots has increased, resulting in the insecurity to the very basic requirement of food, shelter, clothing, safe drinking water, and even the clean air to the poor and needy. Concentration of wealth in the hands of a few leading to establishment of neo-capitalist societies has brought along with it problems of insecurity not only to human rights of the people but also threatening the rubrics of modern civilization. India is a major partner in the new era of globalization and emerging as a strong developing nation in the threshold of becoming a developed nation.